Hello, everybody. My name is AfroX, and we have to talk about Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is an unscheduled live stream that I'm just doing really quick because I need to talk about this. So, just to let everyone out there know, I am going to be talking about the first episode of Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you have not seen it, please click off the video now because I will be talking about spoilers, although it is following the main events of original Avatar. So if you clicked on this video, you're probably a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you probably have seen the original. Yeah, it was amazing. Like that isn't even saying enough. Saying it was amazing is not enough to describe what it was. Um, let's get into it. So, first off, um, the stuff I liked that they in the first episode they delved deep into Aang's past and Aang's lore. And they talked about they didn't even start off with the original opening. They started it off with the Southern Air Temple getting attacked and stuff like that. And I love that. What is it, 13 minutes and 15 seconds in, I put on Facebook, I said, I'm 13 minutes and 15 seconds in, and I'm already crying at the absolute beauty and joy of this. There's a really heartfelt part early on in the show. We got Trix the Anime Hater in here. He says it was amazing. Really, I have to watch it. Well, that's that makes it hard on me now, Trix, because I can't really do big spoilers. But I mean, I guess if you're gonna watch it anyway. But there is a moment where one of the monks really says something really heart touching to Aang, and that really got to me. But yeah, no, I really liked it. They're delving deep into the lore. They took their time. First episode was was an hour 7 minutes long, so they really got to do book one justice. Yeah, and I love the scale that they're doing this at. It looks so professional. It looks so great. The special effects are awesome. The bending is off the charts, amazing. I feel like if M. Night Shyamalan saw this, he would curl up in a ball in shame for making the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I really feel like he would just go crawl in a hole. Not that I wish anything bad on him, but if I made a movie that flopped and then a streaming service did a TV show of that same series 100 times better than my movie, I'd feel so bad. But that's not the point. The point is that the biggest thing I wanted to say about all of this is Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender is not just a remake of the original. It completed the original. It completes the original. It makes the original. It adds. It doesn't even add stuff. It dives so much deeper into the lore of the original that it makes the original seem better. There's no other way to say it, but that it completed the original. It mastered the original. Uh, and just because there's so many subtle things in here, uh, I love the facts that they point out, like that Aang at 12 years old is a master of airbending. And as we see when he's fighting against like the fire tribe, Zuko's little group that steps up to the water tribe, like he can do things that not even high tier airbenders can do. Like a high tier airbender barely can hold off one Fire Nation soldier. To be honest, that was when the comet was out, so they were stronger. But I mean, uh, Aang literally was able to deal with like an entire squad of Fire Nation soldiers, and he's 12. I also want to bring up here that so the Air Nomad Temple is in the south. It's the southern Air Nomad Temple, and Aang ends up in the north, which, considering not going the longest possible way, and the fact that Aang has apparently done this multiple times because he says, "Let's go up to where things make more sense." Aang has likely traveled around the world casually. He's in the south in an area that kind of looks like the jungle, but then where he ends up is in the north, in the Arctic. And so yeah, is it is entirely possible that Aang casually can fly around the world on Appa. Um, so that's amazing. Like so much of the show is just showing how impressive Aang is before the series even starts. Um, one big thing I wanted to point out. One thing I kind of didn't like is the CGI during the Avatar state felt weird. It felt very plastic. I can understand why they did it because they need to make like a better they need to make it an intense moment. So the CGI was a little bit weird, but they did it so perfectly. So if you're watching the original, when I was a kid, if I was watching the original weekly episodes on Nickelodeon, I kind of got the feeling that Aang was just a 12-year-old kid. He was a bouncy 12-year-old kid, hyperactive, and really didn't know much and wasn't that like impressive or anything. This series drives the point home that Aang is literally a god compared to other people in this universe. He like when they go to the Southern Air Temple and he loses his temper and starts like swirling the air and stuff, he literally becomes a living like thunderstorm, almost an actual tornado, hurricane. And like Aang is a 12-year-old boy that has the power of a force of nature. Um, and you never really realize it in the original. It was it, the this Netflix's Avatar does such a good job of driving the point home that Aang, before anything, before learning water bending, earth bending, fire bending, Aang is amazing. And Aang could literally destroy the entire world if he really wanted to. Like if he was in an Avatar state, he could literally go on a rampage. Because, like I said, it drives the point home that he is a god compared to everybody else. It reminds me of a saying from an old PlayStation commercial. Aang is the has the mind of a brilliant child and the powers of an ancient god. Um, he's absolutely amazing. Um, I I love the acting picks. I love the actor picks for Sokka and Katara. Um, Uncle Iroh, he's good, but I still really miss Makoto Iwasawa's performance, and that's just because Makoto Iwasawa is one of my top three voice actors that I know of. He was the voice he was the voice of Aku in Samurai Jack, of course, the voice of Uncle Iroh, but also he gives me my favorite quote: "Enter at your own peril, past the bolted doors where impossible things may happen that the world's never seen before." The narrator at the beginning of Dexter's Laboratory. And watching Uncle Iroh in this, my mind is playing all of his lines in Makoto Iwasawa's voice. Very good to see you again, Avatar. Would you like to have a cup of tea? Stuff like that. So Uncle Iroh has the same spirit. I really miss Makoto Iwasawa's voice, doing that role. Zuko is perfect. The actor is playing him perfectly, portraying the character perfectly. But honestly, it's not really hard to portray someone who's just angry all the time. But I mean, when Zuko throws fireballs in this series, you can feel the rage and anger behind those fireballs. Like they're not just bending; they are putting emotion into their bending. And I love what Aang says. He says the monks told him that bending is all about energy and balance. You feel the energy, and that helps you create balance, which helps you feel the energy, which ties into the idea that everything in the universe is a cycle. It is a cyclical cycle. Anyways, I do have to get going. This is just a totally out of the ether live stream. But bottom line is, I love Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is I honestly, and you know that I don't give this high praise often. I think Netflix did a better job on Avatar than they did on One Piece. And any anime person out there can skewer me for that statement. But yeah, Netflix did better on Avatar than they did on One Piece. But yeah, Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender completed the original. It didn't just remake it; it completed it. But yes, Trix here has some comments. Tattoo means Airbender Master. That does. Him having that force of nature show makes sense. It really does. And I love how the show is breathing life and breathing volume and body, and it's bringing the original to life, but then giving it even more life, which I don't know how that's possible. But yeah, that is all. As for the schedule, there will not be a edited video this week because I'm taking 2 weeks to work on the next crap guide to One Piece. In 2 weeks, we're gonna be doing the Zhao arc. So I'm gonna be working on that. But on Tuesday, we will be doing episode 2 of Powers. So do be paying attention for that, staying tuned. And that, of course, is going to be at 8:30 Central Time, right here on the AfroX channel. All right, keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember, Appa yip yip. Stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.